Welcome to the ice stand in Scottsdale, Arizona for D1 Asha Hockey as the Centennial Coyotes get set to square off with the Brophy Broncos for the second time in about 2 weeks. In their last meeting, it was a 1-1 tie. We'll see what tonight brings for us. What we do know that it'll bring is the first game for Jackson Steele so far this season. He was injured in the preseason, but he is back healthy and ready to skate tonight. Between the pipes for Centennial tonight, it's going to be number 41, Logan Gibbs. And for Brophy, lining up in goal, it's going to be number 29, Max Milstein. We get set to get underway. It will be Gabrick to take the face-off for the Coyotes. He ties it up. Hoover comes away with it, brings it into the offensive zone. Early shot goes wide of Milstein's net. Brophy can't clear the zone. Picked out, now it's Bork across the line. Bork drives in, his shot gets past Gibbs. And it's an early 1-0 Brophy lead. Bork drove from out of his zone all the way into the offensive zone for the Broncos and gives them a 1-goal lead. New forward lineup for the Coyotes. Melissa, Ganesh, and Jans. Coyotes win the faceoff again. Jans taps it forward along the benches. Now played. Hops on the benches, and we're going to get a face-off just outside of the Broncos' defensive zone. Just 30 seconds gone by here in this first period, but it's already Brophy ahead by 1. Face-off tied up. Melissa digs it out. Crosses the blue line. His shot blocked. Fans on the second chance. Off to the near wall. Jans is there. Puck played down the middle. And clear out. Off the stick of Haas. Back to the near corner. Shelly Holler off the wall to Melissa. Melissa cross-ice pass tap for Jans. He leaves it for Ganesh. Ganesh in the offensive zone. His shot blocked wide. Brought back to Shelley. Slap shot from the point. That stopped out front. Puck flipped out. Smith able to corral it. It's out of the zone. Partial change here. And he gets tied up. Now Jans will flip it in deep. Centennial trying to make a change. And then Brophy will dump and they'll make a change as well. Martin tries to flip the puck out of the zone. Smith with it now. Jackson Steele on the puck for the first time tonight. Circling back into the zone. Fast jamming attempt there. Well, Mason Hartman with the puck behind the net. Long stretch pass up for Steele. Steele has Burr to beat. His shot on Milstein is saved in the corner. Martin able to disrupt play behind the net. Steele with it. Holds the Brophy player off and circles. Drops it for Ellarth. Ellarth to the circle to the faceoff dot. His shot. That's gloved. Look at the faceoff in the Coyotes' offensive zone here. Coming to Milstein's right. Be Gabrick, Hoover, and Clayton as the forward line. Gabrick to take the draw. Ties it up. Hoover with it. Hoover can't get past his man. Now it's Lorenzo on the puck for the Broncos. Tries to get past Ellard. Stopped at the blue line. Puck flipped up in the air, goes behind the net. Patton with it, gets it to Hoover. Hoover, the backhand pass to Gabrick, who breaks across center ice. Sends a shot. Hits a shin pad. Patton circles with it at the center line. Dumps the puck into the far corner. Flipped out. Patton will gather. We'll flip it forward as there's a change for Brophy, and that pass goes just beyond Hoover. That was almost intercepted in a very dangerous area. Savinsky out. Savinsky gets the puck to the blue line. Hans lies with one of his own players. If the puck ahead to Hoover, he'll dump it into the zone and complete the line change. Milstein across the line has that taken off his stick by Miller. Puck out to the front. That's cleared away. Held behind the net, now flipped out. Melissa finds a pass to Savinsky. Savinsky plays it back behind the net. Brophy collects, they're able to clear. Pass through the middle, looking for Jans. Didn't find him. Miller finds Melissa. Melissa's pass goes off the skate. Then tapped in. Moosa's in all alone. From the point, hits iron and out. DiBiase along the wall. Be collected by Miller. Miller fights through a check. So is the puck at his feet. Quick pass to Steele. Steele looks for Hartman on a backhand pass through the center of the ice. Hartman gets it. He's going to skate through one check. Tries to get past another, but Moose is there at the blue line to disrupt it. Chile now on the puck. Chile's got space in front of him. He's going to get some momentum going straight down Broadway. There's a chance, though. It's interrupted by a Brophy defender. Timer goes wide from Steele. Chile at the point, looking for a tip. Doesn't get one, and that goes wide. Now, not clear of the zone, kept in by Ganesh. Brophy still pinned in. Now they break forward. Last line blockered away by Gibbs. Pass ahead to Hartman on the near wall. Hartman finds Ganesh. Across the blue line. Puck high in the air. Really fighting for it. Frakes has to play it back around his own net. Smith crashes. He's able to keep that pinned in. Chile steps forward again. Sutter's shot backhanded is saved. And we'll get a face-off coming up here with 8:22 remaining in the first period. Still a Brophy lead, 1-0. Gabbert comes away from the wall. Tries a backhanded shot, but has the stick lifted. Brophy cruising across the line. That shot covered by Gibbs. Face off in the defensive zone, but that's won by Brophy. 2 shooting chances. Gibbs is equal to both. Sutter still fighting to clear the zone. Finally does. There, Ellarth able to gather. He'll flip it in deep. Diagonal pass played ahead was tipped. Icing waved off. Patton has to go all the way back and collect. He's going to go off the wall. He finds Hoover. Hoover into the zone. Had Clayton with him, but Clayton got held up there trying to cross through the middle. Savinsky drops it back for Patton. That shot blocked by his own teammate. Here come the Broncos. Musa flips it to the corner. Patton's going to chase it and get to it first. He'll wrap it ahead to Clayton. Clayton passes to Savinsky. Savinsky to the face-off dot. His shot saved. Second chance opportunity. Clayton's there. The puck's still loose and it's knocked in. And the Coyotes score. And at 6:41, we are tied up at 1 goal apiece. Official scoring on the goal is Hoover from Clayton and Ellarth, and we are tied. Brophy comes away with possession off the face-off. Shooting high, almost hits Gibbs in the back. That would have been tragic after just tying the game up. Now pass ahead for Hoover. Hoover pulls up in the corner. Frakes working to get past Clayton and does. Now he takes the red line all the way into the zone. His shot saved. Second chance doesn't make it all the way through. Clayton tries to touch pass out of the zone, but Bork is able to steal it away and then gloved down by Gibbs. Steele to take the face off here for the Coyotes. He wins it back to Miller. Along the wall. Alfonso can't get it past the Brophy player, and that's going to be covered by Gibbs right near his post, and we get another stoppage. Steele takes the face-off draw here against Samuel for the Broncos. It's one. Haas has a shot. That's blocked down. Samuel has a shot. That's saved by Gibbs. Now Alfonso off the wall tries to play for Melissa. Melissa knocks it into the zone. Steele on the puck. Dribbles past one player. His shot is saved. On it again. Backhand chance goes wide. Jams with the puck. Plays it hard around the wall. Miller beats Milstein to the puck. Lewis in the middle played hard off the boards. And we'll get an icing whistle here. And with just under 5 minutes remaining, we're tied back up at 1. Gabrick, Hartman, Ganesh, the forward line. Gabrick wins the face-off. Shirley Hartman tries to find a shot from the face-off dot, but that's knocked away. Right free, Smith. Ahead looking for Hartman. Hartman comes away with it on the benches. Off a skate into the zone. Puck still loose. Hartman with it. Hartman shot wide. Shirley able to keep it in the zone. Ganesh circling behind the net, bouncing puck out front. And that's covered by Milstein and the whistle. off to the left of the goalie. Possession comes to the Coyotes. Long pass, just past Schilling. He's able to get to it, though. Finds Gabrick and Hartman with a touch. Tries to deflect it on net. It goes wide. Up kept in the zone by Ganesh. Hartman now fighting in the near corner. Ahead to Schilling. Schilling beats DiBiase. Ganesh now to Gabrick. Gabrick shot blocked. Redeems it, top of the circle, that goes wide. Schilling pinches down on DiBiase. Brophy has to play the puck back behind their own net. But only as far as Schilling. Knocked away by McDonald. Knocked hard on the boards. Musa with it. Crosses the blue line. Has a shot. That's blockered away. Sutter collects the long rebound. His shot is saved. End-to-end action here late in the first. Martin with it in the near corner. He takes a big hit. Sutter spins along the end wall, looking for a passing lane. He drops that. Martin goes down. Savinsky's drop pass for Schilling exits the zone, so the Coyotes will have to reset. Allard circles, finds himself some space. Pass for Savinsky. First chance there. Second chance. Puck still loose. Allard taps ahead for Sutter. Sutter can't find the handle as he enters the zone, and Milstein gets to the puck for the Broncos. Patton can't find it on his shies. Passing attempt. Gets it back. Martin along the half wall. Flips forward. Savinsky taps ahead. Breaks with it. He'll enter the offensive zone. His shot hits the skate of LR. Still with it behind the net. Patton's there with it. Out front. Shot is wide, and we get a whistle. And the net off its moorings. .157 left to play in the first. Our score still 1 goal apiece. It was Bork with the early goal for the Broncos, and then Hoover answering back. Just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the first period. So here we are late. Seal wins the face-off. Hoover able to get it out of the zone, but only as far as Burr. Burr pass ahead for Haas. Haas has it knocked away from him. Steele has it in his skates. Patton now. He reverses the flow. Steele's going to collect. Get some momentum. Dangles past one player, drives to the net. His shot is saved. Gabrick, Jans, and Melissa the forward line. Alfonso Miller here, defensive pair for the Coyotes. Gabrick set to take this face-off to the goalie's left. Possession one, and Gilchrist able to get it clear for the Broncos. Miller with it. Gilchrist covering him. He's able to take it all the way into the offensive zone, but loses the puck as he tries to cut towards the middle of the ice. Gabrick keeps it in the zone, but the Brophy defense with it now. Puck flipped high. Alfonso gloves it down, keeps it in the zone. Melissa beats Milstein to it, and he goes down in a heap, and we get a whistle on our first penalty of the game coming up here. And it's going to be a hooking call. Spencer Milstein to the box for Brophy, and the Coyotes to the power play. Gabrick, Steele, Melissa, Hoover, and Hartman. 5 on the ice, 5 forwards. Out for Centennial. Gabrick with it outside the faceoff circle. Across. Steele tried a one-timer and it just rolled off his stick. Melissa with it now. Hard against the end wall. Still fighting off a check. Under 30 seconds to play. Steele with the puck. Tries to get past Bohr. Knocks down the clearing attempt. Finds Gabrick on the far side. Gabrick shot, saved. Rebound. Comes out, and that shot is wide from Steele. Melissa and Steele trying to keep it at the near wall. It pops out of the zone. Hartman will gather, and that's the end of period number 1. So after 15 minutes of play, we are tied, 1 goal apiece. Bork with the early goal after just 19 seconds for the Broncos. Hoover with the game-tying goal, and as we stand now, that has been in. Just the 1 penalty so far. A hooking call against Spencer Milstein. Switch sides as we get ready to start period number 2. Centennial with 1:09 left on the power play. And they will send the same 5 back out on the ice. That's Hartman, Melissa, Hoover, Steele, and Gabrick. Gabrick wins the faceoff forward, and Steele backhands it deep to the end wall. Frakes hard around the boards. Knocked down by Steele, but Coyotes unable to keep it in the zone. Hartman has to go back and collect it near his own blue line. He'll play ahead for Melissa on the near wall. Melissa backhanded pass to the center of the ice. Intercepted by Musa, but then quickly recovers and poke checks it away. Now Steele steals the pass. He drives, his shot knocked aside. Back to Steele behind the net. Still with the puck. He circles high in the slot. Again deflected out. Slapped down the length of the ice. And was able to stop that as he was sliding. Steele off the boards ahead to Jans. Jans slams on the brakes just across the blue line. Then gets past Bork, but has his stick whacked. And he gets out of the zone. Savinsky with it. Bork still working on Savinsky. As time expires on the power play, we're back to even strength. As Spencer Milstein comes right back out into the play. Ganesh had it. Taken away from him. Now poked onto the zone by Milstein and then off his stick by Schilly. James will recover possession for the Coyotes. Pass the center ice. Ganesh tied up, and we're going to get another penalty coming up here. And it's another hooking call against Brophy. This time it's going to be Bork to the box. So just after getting back to even strength, penalty killers have to come back out on the ice for the Broncos. Brophy wins the face-off. Jans gave Ganesh on the near wall, trying to dig the puck free. Ganesh with it to Shilly. Shilly at the blue line, feeds it back over to Ganesh. Now to Jans outside the dot. Ganesh back to Shilly. Top of the circle. Goes cross ice. Finds Jans. Back to Ganesh. Centennial looks to set up a play. Shot gets through, and that's saved. Ganesh with it again at the blue line. Plays back to Jans. His shot saved. Second chance there for Ellarth, and it's collected. Fresh skaters for both teams now as their first choice power play and penalty killers get some rest, and now we're back out on the ice. For the Centennial Coyotes, that means Melissa, Gabrick, Steele, Hartman. Steele with a shot. That's deflected out front. Hoover. Puck gets past Hoover. Goes down the length of the ice. Steele back to collect. Cross ice for Hartman. Hartman ahead, finds Gabrick in the center circle. Gabrick into the zone. Down towards the end wall. Back to Hoover. Back ahead for Steele. It was too high for him to grab hold of. Now off the boards. Gabrick in the corner knocks it down. Melissa pulls it out. Melissa out front. Bouncing puck. Still loose. And we get a whistle. And we'll get a face-off coming to Milstein's left. .40 seconds left on the power play to Bork. Gabrick comes away with the puck. Gets it to Hartman at the blue line. Back down low to Gabrick. Hartman. Hartman's going to line up a shot. That gets through, but it's saved. Now Steele. Steele making for the danger area. Puck off him. Musa able to backhand that clear. And we're at 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Gabrick pokes the puck deep past Spencer Milstein. Eyes up along the wall. Bork back out on the ice. And a whistle, and we're going to get a penalty coming up. It's going to be an interference call, this time against Hoover. And after going 0 for 2 with the man advantage, now Centennial is going to be short a man. So out on the ice for the Coyotes now, it's Miller, Jans, Giddings, and Patton. Bork set to take the face-off and wins it for the Broncos. Frakes on the blue line. Stepping for a shot that's saved and held by Gibbs, and we get a whistle just 9 seconds into the power play. Face-off comes out front. And it was Connor McDonald, a close range shot on Gibbs there. Gibbs able to follow it up. Good defensive pair, Shilly and Ellarth on the ice. Face-off one back to Shilly. He's going to play it along the boards, looking for Giddings. Giddings has it. He sends it hard the other direction. And that does clear the zone. Frakes. Finds Langaton. Frakes. High in the slot. His shot gets through. Past traffic out front. And power play goal for the Broncos. Face-off won by the Coyotes. Shilly backhands it deep. And behind the Brophy net. As the Broncos back ahead by 1 now after that goal from Frakes. Ganesh, his shot saved out front. That's dropped looking for Clayton, but that's intercepted by the Broncos. Hard around the wall, kept in by Shilly. Ganesh stepping to the center of the ice. Has it robbed away from him. Long pass ahead, Haas with it. Brophy player loses the stick and just kicks the puck deeper into the zone. Ellard able to collect it for Centennial. Sees across his blue line. He's going to take it all the way into the offensive zone. Has all the time in the world there. So gets past a few Brophy players and loses the puck down on the end wall. Ganesh keeps it in the zone. Savinsky had it just roll off the end of his stick there as he tried to wrap around the net. Going for a change, hits a stanchion and bounces back to the center of the ice. Smith collects for the Broncos. And Samuel's going to dump that and then go to the bench as Brophy gets a change. Shilly ahead for Clayton, off his stick. Clayton keeps it in. Gabrick center. And that's saved. 9:07 remaining here in the second period. It's Brophy 2, Centennial 1. Face off William to the near wall. Bork comes away with it. He finds Forsecki. Forsecki across the blue line. Back to Bork. And that shot is saved. Face off one back by Brophy. Milstein dumps it in deep. Bork able to collect. He circles. Back to Milstein at the blue line. Size pass. And we get a whistle. And we're going to get a slashing penalty coming up here. It will be Forsecki going to the box for Brophy. And Centennial back on the power play. Steele, Gabrick, Melissa, Hartman, and Hoover. The 5 chosen for the power play tonight. Steele wins the faceoff. Gets it to Hartman. Hartman looking for a lane. Finds Gabrick. Gabrick's going to circle up high. Goes cross ice for Steele. Steele dances in and out of the faceoff circle. Back to Hartman. Very disciplined box here from Brophy. They're not allowing much space at all for Centennial to work. Steele gathers that rebound. A shot deflected out in front. Hartman finds Steele. One-timer goes wide. Gabrick able to get the bounce off the boards. Now to Hartman. Hartman drives. His shot goes wide. Fed out front. Loose puck. Hartman collapses on it. Gabrick able to collect. Back to Hartman now. That shot deflected and it goes high to the boards behind the net. Played back around Melissa. Held against the wall there by Milstein. Steele digs it out. She shrugs off a hit. Turns. Now Milstein there. Now the puck is free. Along the boards, McDonald able to get it loose, but only as far as Steele. And the penalty killers will change for Brophy. Here comes Melissa across the blue line. Hoover gathers right at the line. His shot blocked away. Played back ahead to Hoover. Centennial in the midst of a change. 20 seconds remaining in the penalty area for Secchi. That puck goes down the length of the ice. Gibbs will have to stop it behind his own net. Bork chasing Patton, not giving him time to work. Gets to Ganesh along the wall. Now ahead for Melissa. And that's covered by Milstein. We're going to face off to his left. Savinsky, Jans, Miller, Patton, and Ganesh on the ice for Centennial. 5 seconds remaining on the penalty to Secchi. Face off one. Backhanded shot by Jans goes up over the net. Ganesh to the wall, he collects it. Kept in at the line by Melissa. Secchi's back into the play. Melissa fans on his shot. Second chance gets out front, but that's knocked down by a Brophy player. Bird. Looking cross ice. Patton. He's knocked in the board. Savinsky with it. Savinsky's going to go straight up the middle. Ganesh looking for Jans, but that's cut out. And it's McDonald with it. McDonald dumps it deep. He leaps in the air to lay a hit on Miller. Jans with the puck into the neutral zone. Breaks across the line. Flips it behind the net. Burr looking to clear, looking for DiBiase. Miller keeps it in at the line. Tries to chip it cross ice. Ganesh can't find it. And now it's back to Burr. Burr clears the zone with a diagonal pass. That takes a hop and slows down and was going in towards the net of Gibbs anyways, so icing would not have been called. Lagatine across the line. Drops it for Bork. Bork circles on the near wall. Gets a cross ice pass. The second shot is blocked by Miller. Puck straight up in the air. Steele tries to flip it to the blue line. Can't get it out. That's saved, but then up into the netting. Steele takes the face off, but it's won by Brophy. Spencer Milstein's shot knocked down by Sutter. And the puck is cleared from the zone. Frakes with it. He circles, gets the puck ahead for Edelstein. Showing down to Ellarth. Centennial coming forward. Centennial across the line is Ellarth. The face-off circle, his shot swallowed up by Max Milstein. .47 left here in the second period. Brophy ahead 2-1 as officials collect some broken lumber from off the ice. Another face-off win for Brophy behind their net. Sutter with a big hit. Haas gets it into the zone. Allard bouncing ahead for Giddings. Giddings tries to pull it off the wall to himself, but turns it over. Shot saved. Pass ahead, Giddings. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here against Centennial when they touch the puck. Shilly gathers. And we're going to get an interference call, slashing call coming up as the stick was knocked up way into the air behind the play. That'll be Ellarth to the box. .406 remaining, another power play here for Brophy. They are 1 for 1 with the man advantage so far tonight. Looks like it'll be Hoover, Gabrick, Schilly and Miller on the ice to try and kill this off. Hoover gathers the puck, flips it out of the zone. Knocked down by Max Milstein. Gabrick applying pressure on the forecheck as well. Lagatine with it. Out of the zone, stretch pass looking for Bork. He beats past Miller. Schilly recovers, able to stop the flow there. Now cross ice pass. Bird, Frakes. Frakes spins. Gets it to Lagatine right at the line. He's able to keep it in. McDonald back to Frakes at the blue line. Plays ahead, Miller scoops that along. Lagatine able to pinch in and keep it in the zone. Across the middle. That's knocked away. Burr was there, lurking on the back post. Burr back to Frakes at the line. Keeps it right on the line. Shot deflected out front and wide. Miller with it. Miller tries to go off the boards. Then he's able to flip it clear. Gabrick and Hoover make for the bench for Centennial. Breakout pass ahead to Burr. Now played in. Miller's able to collect that easily enough. That's deflected by a skate. Steele gets it into the zone, but then can't corral. Six skaters on the ice for Brophy. And it's going to be a penalty against Brophy here for too many men on the ice while on the power play. So 16 seconds left on the penalty to Ellarth. We're going to get a bench minor against Brophy and play 4-on-4. Jans takes the face-off for Centennial. Back to Steele. Steele at the blue line to Schilly now. Schilly fans on his shot attempt. It gets played back. Steele at the line. Trying to work past Samuel. He's tied up against the boards. That's pulled out by Schilly. Schilly steps around Milstein. On the end wall, Ellarth right into the play. Out of the penalty box. And immediately cleared deep. As now it is Centennial with the man advantage. Miller collects it. He's got some momentum going forward, then stops to get away from Bork. Plays to Steele. Steele across the line. Circles with it. He's looking for a lane. Finds Miller. Miller's shot hits Bork in the shin. Behind the net, Ellarth has Jans there with him. Both in about the same space. Back to Miller. Miller, hard shot. Knocked down out front with a tip, but it was knocked straight down to the ice. Now played out, gathered at center ice. Miller enters the zone. His shot hits Milstein in the face. Cross ice pass, tipped to the boards. Gathered by Jans. Ellarth. Back to Jans. Melissa setting up camp right on top of the crease. That's cleared out by Brophy. 20 seconds left on the power play for Centennial as they trail by a goal here in the second period. Long pass knocked down by Lagatine. Then he plays it forward. Miller knocked it down with a high stick, so he had to just sit and wait for a Brophy player to come close enough to try and play that. Now we're back to even strength. Haas jumps into the play for Brophy. He was serving the bench line. Knocked away. Hartman gathers it himself. Lagatina around. Savinsky's there for Centennial. Hartman, Ellarth at the blue line. Looking for a shooting lane. Finds one. That's straight in. Took a tip and swallowed up by Milstein. .6 seconds left to go here in the second period. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Still a 1-goal Brophy lead. Gonna have to try a shot right off this face-off from Hoover. He does, but he can't get it away. And that's the end of period number 2. So as we head into the final frame, it's Brophy 2, Centennial 1. Opening goal from Bork, just 19 seconds in the game, gave Brophy their first lead of the night. And Hoover tied it up at 6:41 of the first period. Mackenzie Frakes added a power play goal in the second period, and that's where we stand. More penalties in the second than we had in the first. Bork had a hooking penalty at 13:29. Hoover went to the box for interference at 11:23. Then Elliott Forsecki for slashing at 8:38. Completed the kind of consecutive train of penalties there early in the second period. Ellarth got a slashing penalty at 4:06, and then during that, Brophy got caught with 6 skaters out on the ice. They were able to successfully kill that off. So Centennial 0 for 4 on the power play so far tonight, and Brophy 1 for 2. That's the reason they lead. Centennial out shooting Brophy 22-15. But not able to get a lot of traffic in front of Milstein's net to take his eyes away from the puck. He's been able to gather everything in and keep too many rebounds from happening. As we get set to get underway, Gabrick's going to take the faceoff. He's got Clayton and Hoover with him. Faceoff played back by Forsecki for Brophy. Frakes in his own zone. Forward. Alfonso fans on his clearing attempt. Now it's gathered by Clayton. He plays ahead and out of the zone looking for Gabrick, but it goes too far. And it ends up back behind the Centennial net to the boards. Alfonso back deep in his own zone with the puck. He loses it, trying to step across to the middle, then steps on the puck and loses an edge. Forsecki's going to get it for Brophy. Rear wall, Gabrick gets it as far as the blue line. Shot was tipped by Smith in front of his own netminder, and Gibbs watched that for a second. Here comes Spencer Milstein across the line. He gets a shot away, and that's held. Fresh skaters on the ice for Centennial. We've got Patton, Miller, Savinsky, Jans, and Melissa. Samuel wins the faceoff for Brophy. Back to Milstein at the line. He's able to feed it back in deep behind the Centennial net. Patton reversing play. Breaks a little on the walls, but Milstein keeps it in the zone. Flashing a shot across the face of net. Nobody able to get a tip on it. Melissa gathers and just scoops the puck clear. Frakes brings it back in the zone. Almost has it stripped away by Savinsky. Still gathers, still on the puck. Finally, Centennial able to get it away. Savinsky now fighting past Samuel. Kicks it back to himself. Puck loose out front. Jan's unable to apply the finishing touch. Breaks down. He loses the puck to Savinsky. Drops it back to Miller and now over to Patton. Patton gets it deep into the zone. Dunnell can't quite get it out. Now it does get past the blue line. Smith and Patton fighting for it along the near walls. McDonald comes away with it in his own zone. Gets past Hartman. Then has it knocked away. Hartman taps ahead for Ganesh. Ganesh busts across the blue line. Tries to gather it back. Goes all the way to the end wall of Burr. Played ahead, that's gathered by Schilly in the neutral zone. Schilly's going to flip the puck back in deep. Chased in. Burr shrugs off a check from Hartman, gets it to Musa. Musa exits his zone, works past Schilly. He gets the puck deep. And it's going to be Patton the first to it. That takes a bounce off the wall and ends up going towards the center of the ice. Still loose in the doorstep. Gibbs unable to see through that traffic. Giddings now across the line. Tries to drive for Hartman. That's knocked away from him by a Brophy stick. Now Ellark. Long pass ahead looking for Schilly. DiBiase gets the puck into the zone. Ellark plays it hard around the boards. Past Hartman. It's going to go long. Frakes is going to get to it as icing is waved off. Spencer Milstein breaks out of his own zone. Works past Steele. Still forward. Steele able to get back to it, lift his stick, and steal the puck away. Ellark ahead for Hoover, who just stepped across the blue line in his rush to try and get that breakaway. The faceoff's going to come all the way back to the defensive zone, Doc. Frakes with it now for Brophy. He'll flip in, that's glove, and Gibbs just going to hold on to it. Defensive zone faceoff for the Coyotes to be taken by Gabrick. Work on the draw for Brophy. Work wins it back to Schilly. His backhand hits the side of the net. Puck loose out front. There's one save. And then the puck finally cleared. Gibbs had to be attentive there. So the puck bounced right out front off the bottom of the cage. Ellark flips it in. That's gloved and then thrown out. Now Bork across the line. Bork with a pass for Frakes and his shot goes wide. Ellark now, he's pinned deep by two Brophy players. And that's played with a high stick from Alfonso, and you get a whistle and then defensive zone faceoff for the Coyotes. 10-10 left in the game. Brophy Broncos lead 2-1. Face-off, one back to the line for Burr. Lagosine steps in, his shot blocked by Steele. Puck played, tipped across the middle and wide. Brophy, Smith still able to keep the puck in the zone. He has help. Hoover, nice pass to Steele. Steele's got ahead of Steele. One-on-one with Lagosine. Tries to get past him. Abernell works the puck to the wall and able to get it clear. Hoover looks for a centering pass. That goes off Milstein. Centennial still fighting for that puck. High off the wall, it's going to go down and stop right on the end line. So no icing. Smith with the puck, plays ahead. Martin gathers for the Coyotes. For the faceoff down, driving to the net. It's ridden off by Langestein behind the net. Martin still fighting for the puck. He goes down to the ice. Hoover is there. That's flipped clear. Smith's going to gather that up. Layup pass. Alfonso takes it right off the stick of Savinsky. Now Smith fans on it for Secchi with it. His pass is blocked away. Alfonso off the boards ahead for Sutter. Now Bork. Bork through and scores. And Bork makes it a 2-goal game. .23 to go. It is Brophy 3, Centennial 1. Giddings out to take the face-off for the Coyotes. He's got Jans and Melissa with him on the forward line. Defensive pair is Patton and Miller. And gets set. Puck's dropped. Melissa gathers it off the face-off. Tries to work past Spencer Milstein. His shot goes wide and behind the net. It's deflected by Jans. Goes past Patton down the length of the ice, and we get an icing whistle at 8:06. Brophy wins the face-off in their defensive zone. Play it behind the net. Jans on it. Spencer Milstein rides him off into the wall. Giddings tried a centering pass from Melissa, but that was taken away. Now Melissa disrupts a pass. DiBiase clears the zone. Patton is there. For the Coyotes. Out of the zone, Musa takes it in. We get a whistle and offsides. Gabrick, Hoover, and Steele on the ice for Centennial. Face-off goes back to Patton. He's under immediate pressure from DiBiase. Steele able to get it out of the zone, but only as far as Spencer Milstein. Now Hoover tries to get it past Milstein on the boards. He does, gets it, dumps it in the zone. Lifted by Frakes. Musa taps it ahead. Oz unable to find it. Gabrick pinned against the wall. Steele is there to help out. Puck high and comes straight back down. That's gloved down by the taller player, DiBiase, and knocked out of the zone. Patton spins, tries to get into the zone. Knocked down by Frakes, then off his stick. Over back to Patton, and Centennial will just kind of hold possession for a moment and regather. Now breakout pass ahead to Miller. Across the line, to the center of the ice. And Samuel's going to dump that deep. Oz and Patton going to the corner. Puck comes loose, Centennial comes away with it. Only to the line, now Hoover scoots it clear. Puck's dumped back in, and Brophy resets. Miller on it. Tries to knock down the rolling puck. Plays it hard along the boards. Samuel fans on his attempt to knock that back in the zone. Long pass only finds Patton. He goes off the boards to Hoover. Hoover enters the zone. Puts a shot in, that's kicked away. Ganesh puts it in at the blue line. Bird tries to play it ahead again. O'Donnell is there. So was Steele, but puck does exit the zone. Ellarth all the way back to collect. Plays over to Chili. And fans on a long pass. Smith was there. Has that knocked away by Ganesh. Ganesh tries to chip out of the zone. It hits the leg of Smith. Chili behind the net to Ellarth. Now I had to Steele. Steele finds Ganesh. Ganesh across the line. Delays, tries to shoot, gets a stick tied up. Steele. Circling away from Bork. He shoots and it goes wide. Just under 5 minutes here to play. Big hit by Frakes, jars the puck loose. Bork with it. Centering attempt for Smith, but that's knocked away. Ellarth then drops it back for Schilly. Schilly pass ahead to Melissa. Melissa to Jans. Jans into the zone, has it knocked away by Langestein. Now Musa. Musa strips it away at center ice. He skates past Ellarth, and his shot goes wide. Frakes hits the iron. Ellarth behind his own net, delays to get some space to work. It's across the blue line. Now into the offensive zone. Down beneath the goal line, behind the net. Looking for Melissa out front. Melissa gloves it down, tries the backhand. Puck pulled back, Giddings it overskated. Ellarth sent hard to the boards. Musa goes down as well. Here comes Brophy. Oz has it knocked off his stick by Schilly, gathered by Melissa. Backhand pass to Giddings. Giddings bursts across the blue line into the offensive zone. He absorbs a hit from Langestein. Milstein holds the puck hard in the corner. Melissa back for possession in his own zone. Puck knocked down by the high stick by Samuel, so he has to let that and gather it. Milstein on it now. Head for Samuel. Samuel can't collect. Giddings with it. Giddings takes a hit, but gets the puck in deep. Centennial working on a defensive change. Puck comes to Smith. Smith protects the puck, goes beneath the goal line. All the way to the half wall. That skips past Giddings behind the net. Schilly on it. We'll play it high off the glass. Past Berg. Just over 2 minutes to play in the game. And Centennial still trail by 2. Smith dumps the puck deep. Alfonso's going to have to smash it along the boards. Musa and Alfonso tangle. Now Gabrick with it. In his skates, Hartman will collect. Hartman along the near wall. Tries to play it in deep, gets past McDonald, and hits Burr. Burr comes away with the puck, though. Puck, Hartman plays it to himself. Now back behind the net to Gabrick. Hartman going off for a line change. Alfonso keeps him in at the line. Shot deflected. Alfonso plays it along the boards. Gabrick's going to collect. Plays ahead for Melissa. Looking for Hoover, but cut out by Burke. Versecki with it. He's got a long pass ahead for Edelstein. And there's Bork. Bork uses the referee as a pick. And Gabrick ahead for Melissa. Has Hoover with him as well. 2-on-2. Gabrick in for a 3-on-2. Shot. Oh, and the rebound came right out and just past Hoover. Empty net for Secchi. Shoots and it goes wide. Under a minute to play, and Miller's just going to try and hold the puck against the boards. Comes free for Bork. Thiel able to collect. Under 30 seconds to go. 6 skaters on the ice for Centennial. Empty net, backhand pass, trying to find Melissa, but that's tipped away. Kept in for a moment at the line. And then we get an icing whistle with 10 seconds left to play. Face off one that gets past Patton. And it will die ahead of the goal line, and the last remaining seconds of this game are going to tick off. And that's going to be the end of it. Brophy wins 3-1. Centennial slumps to its 7th defeat of the season, now 3-7-2 as we pass the halfway mark. Scoring summary tonight, it was Bork on the board first, just 19 seconds in. And Hoover answered for Centennial at the 6:41 mark of the first period. Frakes added a power play goal in the second that ended up being the game-winning goal, and then Bork added an insurance marker with 8.5 left to play in the third. Your final tonight from Scottsdale, Brophy 3, Centennial 1. We'll be back tomorrow night as Centennial takes on Mountain Ridge in a rivalry game here in Scottsdale, and then D2 hockey tomorrow night as well. So 2 games, doubleheader tomorrow here in Scottsdale. That's it for us tonight. This is AZ Hockey Dad signing off.